Welcome to Simple English News. A UFC lightweight contender, Charles Oliveira, is going to fight Beneil Dariush at UFC 288 on May 6th. Before the fight, Charles says he wants this fight badly, and his main goal is to win back the lightweight title. He said, "I've told people how I'll win before and I've been wrong before, but I won't be wrong again. I'll tell you the truth and be real here. I'll hunt in this fight. I'll walk forward the whole time. I don't care if it's a knockout, submission, or decision. I'll hunt in this fight. I can't say I'll do a smart, waiting fight. No, that's not how Charles fights. Charles walks forward and hunts the whole time. So if you want to watch a boring fight, don't come watch my fight. You'll see me get knocked down and dropped. But I'll get back up. Like you said, Dariush has been knocked out before and he's been submitted. He has weak spots just like I do. What matters most is wanting to win no matter what." Israel Adesanya posted a video on his YouTube channel yesterday. The video is called "Israel Adesanya is ready for revenge against Alex Pereira at UFC 287. In the video, Izzy talks about his mindset. He knows this is his last chance. Check out the full video on Izzy's channel. The link is in the description. I like it because it puts it all on me and it's kind of like poetry. This is my last shot, like I said. In one life, roll the dice. So it's my last shot and I'm giving it everything I have in every way possible. This weekend at Jorge Masvidal's Gamebred boxing event, Vitor Belfort will fight Jacare Souza. Jeremy Stephens will box Jose Aldo, and Anthony Pettis versus Roy Jones Jr. will be the main event. John McCarthy on the Weighing In podcast thinks Roy Jones is going to be a problem for Anthony Pettis, even though Roy is 54 years old and Anthony Pettis is 36. All right, let's go right into the Gamebred situation. What's up, man, John? I'm pretty excited for this card. Are you excited for this card? I am. I'm on the fence and going back and forth, and it's not that It's just going back to this whole darn thing of, oh, we're going to have a boxing match between a real boxer and an MMA guy. What the heck? Every time, dude. Because you know I look at this. I'm okay with the Aldo versus Jeremy Stephens fight. I think that's great. Let them both box each other. Perfect. Belfort against Souza. Okay, obviously I think Vitor is a little bit older, but he has an advantage over Jacare. Jacare was never a true stand-up guy. He always had to work on his striking game because people fought very hard to keep the fight standing with him, for obvious reasons. But the main event, Roy Jones Jr. has a 66-9 record in his professional boxing career, going against Anthony Pettis, who has 0 wins and 0 losses as a boxer. But obviously, we know that Anthony Pettis can fight. He's an outstanding mixed martial artist, but there's a huge difference between mixed martial arts and boxing. When you're limited to just those 2 tools, you are playing in that man's world. Yeah, and I don't care if he's older, you're gonna have problems. Look, you don't have any boxing experience. You're not a boxer. I wouldn't put Roy Jones Jr. up against you in an MMA match because he doesn't have MMA experience, but I do understand there's money involved and Anthony wants to make that money, and I understand why. The commission looks at it and says, well, if he wants to do it, okay, we'll do it. No, and it is in his backyard. It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so he's the one that's going to bring a lot of the people to put in the seats. So I understand what they're doing, but man. Conor McGregor has responded to Beneil Dariush, accusing him of still taking special supplements. This week, if you missed it, Beneil said he went on to say, I think Conor is cheating, in reality. If you want to fix your knee, you want to fix your leg and get certain growth hormones or whatever he's doing, you can get a special permission. You can speak to USADA and get special permission, but you can't add extra stuff. Whatever you are putting in, you have to tell them about it and get it figured out. This is nonsense, to be honest with you. The fact that they say, oh, well, he's doing this, he's not getting tested right now because of his leg. No, you could still get tested. You just have to tell them and say, hey, this was special permission, but that's not the case with McGregor. He even put down retirement on forms, so he went into retirement, I guess. USADA recently said when you come out of retirement, you need 6 months and 2 clean tests. So this is garbage, but that's the game, Conor replied on Twitter. He wrote, Beneil, the story. Conor McGregor also had some words for Justin Gaethje today. It all started with this quote from Justin. He said, would I quit if Conor McGregor won and they gave him a title shot? Probably. That's how hurt I would be by the actions of the company I represent. But that's out of my control. I just really hope that doesn't happen. We can imagine a lot of things, but there's a possibility that's the scenario which I would be devastated, for sure. Conor replied to this saying, "This brain-dead fool got a title shot off of one single win, and it was versus Chandler, yet he would quit and retire if I get the same thing." Classic Gaethje bird brain #jackass. 2 title attempts, no wins #Gaethje. Last week, Colby Covington made an appearance on the Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping. Here's the clip where Colby talks about Jorge Masvidal and his upcoming fight against Gilbert Burns. Colby believes it will be an easy win for Gilbert. Colby also talks about the ongoing legal situation with Masvidal. Jorge is a broken man. He's not the same fighter after I destroyed him and beat him 50-44 with a broken foot. Obviously, he's had an emotional letdown, and his life is falling apart, Mike. Look at obviously what he came and did, and the guy is he's done a lot of drugs and just a lot of things that have hurt his brain and his body, and you could tell he's just not the same person. So I just see Gilbert getting an easy win, and Gilbert's a nice guy, family guy. He's not Colby Covington, so he's not going to get a title shot off of beating Street Judas. But the thing is, Mike, he's going to be 1 or 2 fights away after he beats Street Judas, and he's going to be close. He's in the hands of the justice system. When you break the law in this country and assault a regular person, you got to pay the price. So I'm just going to leave the legal system up to that. Last night, a video of Hasbulla doing some not-so-nice things to a cat went viral on Twitter. Obviously, we can't show the footage on YouTube, however we do have some reactions from the MMA community. Dan Hooker tweeted, "Been waiting, let's cancel this fool." Tommy Toehold says, I've never said anything because so many of you for some reason were getting a kick out of this dude, so I just shut up, but I've never understood any of this Hasbulla stuff." Kareem Zidane replied saying, "I've always had very complicated feelings about the situation, but he has a trading card, and yes, I'm jealous." MMA Roasted tweeted, "Hasbulla finally gets a cat, and this is the way he treats it." And Sean Strickland retweeted this gif that says, "Me when I see Hasbulla." He followed up with this. He wrote, "My God, what kind of cold sick person does this to a defenseless animal? You disgusting person, sickening." That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews. And if you guys didn't catch our video on the second channel this week, we interviewed Tyron Woodley. We talked about Jake Paul, Francis Ngannou, and a lot more. Make sure to check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one.